medicine in order to not die or to be the best version of myself that I can be. And I know that we can't make this go away, regardless of how much I wish and I could pray for it all day long.
And recommend it.
Yes.
However,
I'm not going to be able to fix this situation for you. And in order for you to be the best version of you that you can be, then sometimes it takes medicine. I can tell you I'm on medicine for anxiety. And it wasn't long ago, my doctor said, okay, well, with this medicine on lupus, you can no longer take this medicine for your anxiety, so you're going to have to stop. Well, it took probably about 2 weeks for my husband to be like,
not gonna do it.
Can we maybe find some medicine that you can also take your anxiety medicine?
I can just picture him because he's so chill when he says things,
Yeah, in such a loving way.
Yes.
Because I don't even realize that I'm being a raging whatever,
It's a normal reaction in an abnormal situation.
Yeah, and so now that I'm back on medicine and I feel fine, I can say, oh, you know what, that, maybe I was being a little bit irrational or a little bit sensitive or a little sensitive or whatever the situation may be. And I know that I need to be on it. And I don't plan on ever being off of it because I don't like feeling that way.
And you want to be your best for your loved ones who are there and support you. You want them to be their best for them as well. And
it's hard when they don't see that. It's hard when they don't see the ripple effects of stopping and starting their meds. Or like my brother, he just won't be on them anymore. And one time, I know, I looked up, I couldn't find him, and I saw that he ended up in jail. Well, there was a Wendy's out by the mall, and apparently he went in, and the cops came, and he was freaking out, being loud. I'm sure he was scared or whatever the situation was.
Which scared others.
And he ended up going to jail. Well, I asked them, okay, he's in jail. Can you give him medicine? Well, yes. Okay, well, are you going to do that? Well, no, because he's not a harm to himself or others. Well, and it's even being arrested in that situation, yes, he might have gotten loud and disturbed the peace eventually. But if I believe that there needs to be more training in a lot of, I guess, what am I trying to say? Cops or whatever. I'm not downing cops at all. I'm just saying that I think it is so important to have the training on mental illness, because if you show up and he is talking to himself, and I'm sure somebody called because someone, he's talking to himself, and so.
And these days, or even back when, but these days it really scares people because there's so many variables that are happening. We're all like, what's next?
Mm-hmm. But if they were to talk to him and try to see or to understand the situation, maybe not, it would just be like, hey, I'm going to get my stuff and I'm going to go.
Sure.
Like it won't escalate to the situation where he has to be arrested.
Which is why we're doing these podcasts, because the majority of people don't know that. They are attempting, because I was requested to possibly do some training on mental illness as well as some military stuff with our probation, parole, and officers. So I know they have been attempting to do that. They've got a therapist on staff with an attempt to do exactly that, which I was very happy to know.
That makes me happy. That makes me really happy, because I know growing up it was just that every time we tried to get them help, the doors were slammed, and I even tried, okay, how can I get him on medication? Because I know for a fact if I'm like, hey bub, take this pill, he's going to think I'm poisoning him. That's obviously he's going to think that I'm giving him some radioactive thing, or it's part,
depending on where he's
whatever.
At, but really a majority
most
of the time
it is. And even if I happen to get one pill down on him, I can guarantee I'm not going to get 2 or 3 or enough to get it to kick in.
Right.
And so I called, and even The only thing that we could do as a family is if he becomes a harm to himself or others, then, and I know where he is, then they could call, or they could go get him. They would have to put him in a jacket, the whole straight jacket thing, and put them in a room again. In those rooms, I can tell you I've been in and out. I've seen grown men up against the wall peeing down their leg.
Oh, yeah.
I was chased by this one lady, I don't even know, but it was, I think, the Vernon State Hospital, and you had to go through the women's ward to get up to the men's. Mm-hmm. Well, this little black lady I reminded her of somebody that she knew. And
or
who
she was
stole
in that in her mind.
Her damn Welch's grape juice, which every time I went there, she would chase after me saying that I stole her Welch's grape juice in her cigarettes.
Every time.
She knew, she remembered my face.
Wow.
And so I felt so bad because I'm like, look, I will buy you a drink. I will buy you cigarettes. I don't know who did you wrong. I am so sorry. But going up to my brother's ward, I've seen them strapped down on a bed.
Oh, yeah.
And having to get the booty juice because they're freaking out. So many things. And then you look at him and you're like, you're such a peaceful soul. You're not a harm to yourself. You're not harmful to others. I don't want him in a straitjacket. I don't want him tied to a bed. That would kill me more than knowing that he's on the streets.
Which begs the question, and I know this is a hypothetical, as we start to wrap up, I'm going to ask you another question too. It begs the question, are they the ones who are struggling, or are we? A lot of them are at peace.
I think I honestly think it's harder on us than them.
I agree. I have clients ask me all the time, do you think they'll come the first time they open their guts vulnerably, and they'll say, do you think I'm crazy? And I'll say, no. The crazy people I've worked with are happy. This is not happy, It allows them to laugh and go, okay, I'm not crazy, but I don't know if that was good news or not,
Oh, that's so true.
Suggestions, as far as what to do if you're out there and you have people or family and friends, loved ones who are mentally ill. If you relate to some of this, please know there are people that you can talk to, people who can listen, people who are fighting for your benefits and for some answers. NAMI, I know, is the National Association of Mental Illness. I apologize if I got that wrong, but they have an amazing plethora of resources and assistance. You can find them, I think, at nami.com online. Look them up, take a look, see what they have to offer, and certainly there are therapists that are trained in this. My absolute favorite clients are those that struggle with the biggest mental illness, and helping their families.
They're human beings. They're someone's brother, someone's son, someone's sister, someone's aunt. They matter. Someone's child. That's the biggest one. And they matter. And so when you see them, you don't have to be scared. Now, yes, there's some that are self-medicating. There's some homeless that aren't mentally ill. And even my brother will tell me, Kari, don't, because I go and I try to help. Coat drives, sock drives, do whatever you can. My thought and feeling is if I help someone else's brother, son, child, whatever family member, then hopefully somewhere out there someone's doing that for my brother.
That's the reason, and the greater good loves the answer. What is the question? That is the answer right there. Everybody wants love. Every energy, everything wants love. And that's a way of giving back, and whether you do have survivor's remorse or not, keep doing what you're doing. And I want to thank you for opening up your heart and your life again and sharing it in hopes that it's going to help somebody out there in the world with it. So again, you're open, because you said last podcast that you're open to people contacting you.
Oh yeah, that's fine. If they have any questions or they can relate to any of the crazy stories that I've shared, feel free. You can contact me at 2 KFORD@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to get back to you. And I hope this helps. I hope it helps with just getting rid of the stigma, because there is no normal. I heard someone say normal is a setting on a dryer.
Absolutely.
And isn't that the truth? Because some people have extreme paranoid schizophrenia. Other people might just have anxiety and depression. And yes, there
Which
are
is major.
people, yeah, that is not anything light. But anyway, so on the spectrum of things, there's so much in between. And I honestly believe that everybody's dealing with their own stuff.
We all
Everybody.
are. We all are.
And so just practice kindness, and practice and know that, you might not understand, and you might say, hey, my brother would never be on the street, or I would never allow my child to be homeless, or things like that. Be gentle, because you don't know.
You do not know. Thank you, Kari, for once again joining us. Don't worry, folks, I'm going to talk her into doing more. Blessings to you, and thank you for joining us. Take care and peace. Thank you, Kari.
Thank you.